Hey y'all, Brody Mode here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be live reacting to counting every ad I see in a day. In parentheses, it's a lot. Now, this is another Been a Minute video. I really enjoyed the last one where he was looking through all the alt-right content on YouTube. And I really enjoyed reacting to that, and it got a lot of positive feedback on my channel. So deciding to check out some of his other videos and see what he's got going on here. So this one looks like he just counted every ad in a day. So I am curious to see how many he actually got by the end. So let's go ahead, get started, and see how many ads you see throughout the day. All right.
Ads, they're everywhere. On our phones, on our computers, on billboards, on videos, on cars, on blimps. There are so many ads infiltrating every facet of our daily lives that I'm starting to feel like the whole point of life is to just look at ads.
Your entire purpose is to walk around and look at ads so you can make money for people.
That's pretty cool to say.
And in between your ads, you get to look at stuff you like. That's the trade-off.
So with all of these ads popping up in every single direction we look, I had a question that I needed to figure out the answer to. How many ads do you actually see in a day? Well, today I'm putting that to the test by counting every single ad that I see throughout my very average day. And trust me, the total amount is probably not what you're expecting. I know I wasn't. Hey, it's been a minute, and today we're gonna look at some ads.
A few weeks ago, I asked all of you how many ads you thought you saw in a day on average. And, well, we had a pretty wide range of answers. So, which number is it? Well, if you Google this question, you'll get a few different figures ranging anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 to 10,000. But what is this data based on? Well, actually, nothing. This 5,000 ads a day figure, which has become the most cited and popular answer to this question, can be traced back to a researcher named J. Walker Smith, who in 2005 co-authored a book titled Coming to Concurrence, where this number was first mentioned. When Smith was later interviewed by The Drum, he stated, "Our intention was not to endorse any particular number, only to say that marketers and those who study marketing are concerned about growing ad clutter." In other words, these figures are just made up and not really based on any primary research at all. I mean, think about it. 10,000 ads a day? Let's say you're awake for 16 hours in a day. That would mean that you see an ad every 6 seconds. Unless your job is to dress up as Elmo and stand in Times Square all day, I don't think this is a very accurate estimate. The most recent and reputable study I could find on the average ad exposure in a day was by Media Dynamics Inc. in 2014. They found that the average adult daily ad exposure had gone from 340 ads a day in 1945 down to 296 ads in 1985, and then back up to 362 ads in 2014. So with a lot of different sources claiming a huge range of the average daily ad exposure, I decided that the best thing to do was to take matters into my own hands and put this to the test by counting all the ads I saw within a 24-hour period. So far, all that we know is it's going to be somewhere in between 362 and 10,000, so I truly have no idea what number we're going to land on. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, it's 7:05 a.m. and I just woke up. First thing I gotta do is turn off my white noise machine app on my phone. Thank you, Gentle Waterfall, for the immaculate slumber, but your time here is done. Oh, and look, there's an ad. Our very first one. Okay, well, things are off to an interesting start because I have been using that app for well over a year, and that is the first time I've ever noticed that ad at the bottom of the screen. I'd say my perspective of the world is already changing. After having my cup of coffee, I like to take my little boy Lewis on a little morning walk. Now, I didn't think I'd see too many ads on this morning jaunt as it's in a fairly residential area, but I was wrong. So surprisingly, on just this walk alone, I got 37 ads, mostly consisting of real estate signs and ads for various contractors. With none of the ads so far being too intrusive or targeted, I'd say that things are off to a pretty mellow start. Only thing I've learned so far is that there's a lot of houses for sale in my neighborhood. So I guess that's good. House. Once we got back from the walk, it was time to disassociate and have my first social media scroll session of the day. Now, this is when I knew things would start heating up when it came to targeted ads. For my first scroll sesh, I decided to spend an even amount of time on each app to see if any specific platform showed more ads than others. After spending exactly 3 minutes on each app, this is what I found. In fourth place, we have Reddit with 6 ads. In third place, we have Facebook with 10 ads. In second place, we have TikTok with 19 ads. And in first place was Instagram with 21 ads in a span of 3 minutes. We have a clear winner with Instagram showing the most ads so far. If you haven't been able to tell yet, I am excluding any form of a logo found on a product or service. So the Coca-Cola writing on a can of Coke or the Burger King sign on top of the Burger King will not count as an ad, as I see those more as a label for a product or business. If I count the front and back car logos of every car I see, then yeah, the number is going to be really high, but that feels somewhat meaningless and really misses the point of the video. How many advertising campaigns am I actually exposed to throughout my average day? That's the answer that I care to answer. That's the answer that I care to answer. That's the question that I care to answer. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Would you look at that? It's not even 9 a.m. yet, and we're already at 95 ads. After making some breakfast and watching a little morning YouTube, I was curious to see what was going on in the news this morning. I decided to be on the conservative side and only read one article on current events, pun intended, where I was fed 41 ads. After my news coverage, I decided to check out an article on the top film cameras, as I'm currently in the market for one, and here I received a total of 56 ads. And just before I started work for the day, I checked my email inbox, where I had 22 unopened sponsored emails. I decided to just stay on the first page of these and not dive any deeper, as I never open these sponsored emails anyway. And before you call me out in the comments for having 10,000 unopened emails, I understand and I am aware, and it's really bad. I've had this email since I was like 12 years old, and it's just completely gotten out of hand, and I apologize that you have to see that. You know what, actually, for every 1 subscriber I get from this video, I promise to delete 1 unopened email. Who knows, maybe I'll have to delete all of them. So thank you for cleaning my inbox, and thank you for your support. From here, I worked from 9 a.m. to 11-ish, where I didn't see any ads. And this was the first time that I've ever realized that work was actually a safe haven from advertisements. Now, while I'm sitting over there hard at work, our total ad tally is currently sitting at 258 ads. That means that we're halfway through the day and we're only about 100 ads away from where the 2014 study said was the average. So I was really curious to see if things would start slowing down or speeding up from this point on. After working for a little bit, I went downstairs to annoy my girlfriend, as I do, and I was absolutely gobsmacked to see what she was doing. I walked into the room and she was just sitting there with her laptop open, looking at a protein balls recipe. And I could not believe what I saw. She unknowingly and hazardously exposed me to 16 more ads from the recipe website.
Hot Jäger? Oh my god, Amazon.
But that's okay, because the protein balls turned out to be really good.
Wow.
How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
probably
6,
like 30
7,
balls.
8, 9.
After the balls break, I had my second scroll sesh of the day where I saw 26 more ads. And then after that, I went back to work to finish up for the rest of the day. Now that work was over, my little tummy started to grumble, so I go to the pantry door, open it up, and realize that we don't have any snacks. So you know what that means. Time to go to Trader Joe's. Now, to get to Trader Joe's, I knew that I had to brace for the harshness of the outdoor ads. These babies weren't gonna be my fun little AG1, Hims, and Fabletics targeted Instagram ads. No, these ads were gonna be raw and real. Billboards, banners, and public broadcasts. Oh my. Also, I feel like this goes without saying, but I'm only counting the ads that I saw, so if you see one that I didn't count in the footage, it's because I didn't see it, therefore it didn't count towards an ad that I was exposed to. I know that sounds really dumb, but you'd be surprised with some of the comments that I get. All right, here we go.
You dumb. You dumb.
All right, so I saw this one, and then that one, and then there was this one over here, and then that one, and then this one over here, and then that one, and then this one, and then I think I'm pointing to I definitely got this one, right? And then over here, and then I'm going over this way, and then that way, and then wait, and then there's that one, and then this is going really fast. I don't remember driving this fast. And then we go over here, and then there was also this one. I almost forgot about that one. And then there's this one, the little billboard, and then there's this one, and there was this one. Does this look real? Am I actually here? And then there were these two, and then there was this one, and this one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and then I think there was one over here, and then also right here. So that's how many is that right now? At least 5. And then there's this one, and then 1, and then 4, 5, 7, and then over here, and then okay, God, can we get to Trader Joe's already? And then there's this one, and that one, and this one. And, call me the Wolf of Joe Street, because now I'm about to do some day trading. Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut that. I knew I'd be safe from any ads for a bit because TJ sells mostly private label products under its own label, so I'm just gonna count Trader Joe's as one big ad. Leaving the store, we saw pretty much the same number of ads we saw on the way there, because somewhere between the years of 1889 and 2024, there was this really cool innovation called the two-sided billboard. So yeah, these puppies got us both ways, to and fro. Well, after getting back home and giving Lasso all of our bags to play with, I had my third scroll sesh of the day. Then I had an epiphany and realized that I had been looking at a few ads all day that I was completely unaware of. My hat, and my stickers on my water bottle. And yes, brand stickers do count as ads. Apple sort of pioneered this marketing tactic by including these guys in essentially every product you bought, knowing that you'd put it on your car or laptop or really just about any flat surface you could find. This made for some pretty cheap and influential advertising. After I changed into another ad, we went on an evening walk with Lewis, where I saw mostly real estate ads, but I did come across this one truck, and just this tailgate alone added around 55 ads to my overall number.
Photo tay.
Well, because it felt so amazing outside, right before dinner, I decided to go on a quick run where I ended up counting a ton of these banners promoting the local universities on the street. I then got back home, we made some dinner, and watched YouTube while we ate because it is illegal to eat without watching something.
It's an ad for Tasty. What is that?
Recipe website. An ad for the
An
wedding?
ad?
And then I had my 4th and 5th scroll sesh as I winded down for bed. Wound down? Winded down. Whatever. Oh, and I almost forgot. Just before I closed my eyes for the night, I had to do one more thing. Turn on my gentle waterfall. As I drifted off into the night, I began having some really weird dreams. And in these dreams, I started to think back and reflect on my day of counting ads.
With ads becoming so commonplace in our lives, marketers are having to adapt and shift their strategies due to increased ad clutter. We're so used to ads that the advertising teams are having to spend more money and come up with more creative solutions to grab our attention with the hopes of selling us a product and/or service. The more this ad clutter increases over time, the more numb we become to the tactics being used on us. And therefore, future advertising campaigns will have to become either more creative or more intrusive to get our attention. In my opinion, this isn't a good thing, and there's nothing that's currently slowing down this trend of increased ad clutter.
When ads are integrated so seamlessly into our everyday drive to work or scroll session on TikTok, it's easy for an ad to start to lose its meaning. We've almost become blind to them, and it makes you think, what even is an ad? Like, for example, are posts from the people that I follow not just ads for themselves and their profiles? I mean, when I post a picture of myself on Instagram, is that not just an advertisement for me and my life? Or even right now, making this video. I mean, I'm obviously hoping that I get views and subscribers from it, so is it not just kind of an ad for my channel? Why am I even doing this? What's the point?
I felt like the line between an ad and non-ad began to blur. I started to ask myself, what does an ad even mean anymore? Am I an ad? A walking human billboard? When people glance at me in public, my clothes, my shoes, and my accessories function as an advertisement for who I am as a person. I choose to buy these things with the hope of giving others a glimpse into my own perceived personality. Are these artificial articles I wear not just ads? What about the way I talk? The things I talk about, the topics I decide to bring up or not bring up. They're all just ads. Ads advertising me, targeted to strangers, friends, and family. What started off as a fun little experiment has led to an existential crisis. I don't know what to do now. Does an ad have to promote something to be considered an ad? I mean, is the American flag not kind of an ad promoting the ideas of freedom and democracy? Wait, that's called propaganda, isn't it? We definitely not just ads. What is an American flag? Can ideas be advertised? The things I talk about, the topics I decide to bring up, and flags, and Tim's just called JD Vance and Harris. Ads. Everything. Stop. I almost forgot. Oh yeah, I gotta answer the question. How many ads did I see? Well, in total, throughout the entire day, after tallying up every single ad that I saw, the total was 692 ads. Oh, and yeah, I went to an NFL game the other day and counted over 3,000 ads in just 3 hours. Honestly, it was probably a lot higher, but I lost count after a while, so yeah, in conclusion, don't go to NFL games if you don't like ads. Now, this was just one average day from one average person. And in no way are my findings a large enough sample size to accurately state how many ads we see in a day. There's a lot of different variables at play. Do you live in an urban or rural area? How much time do you spend online? Are you in school or do you have a job? Your answers to these questions will obviously impact the outcome of this experiment. But I hope this video at least brings some awareness to your own daily ad exposure. While I was filming my day, I really did start to notice just how much I'm constantly bombarded by ads, and how much I've come to accept them as just part of my life. And yeah, while I do find them annoying sometimes, I understand their necessity. I mean, hell, I wouldn't be able to make YouTube videos if it wasn't for ads. So yeah, it's not all that bad. In conclusion, the invention of the digital screen was created solely for marketing products and services, specifically to offer cheaper rotational advertisements 24/7 so we can look at ads on a bright, big, colorful screen for the rest of our consumers' lives. This is my new conspiracy theory that I have decided to hard launch right now. So be sure to share this video with a friend or foe.
Man, that was cool. Really makes you think about just how many ads you see in a day. I mean, personally, I don't know. I probably see like a lot. I know it's a lot. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Another good one from Ben a Minute. Really like these. So yeah, go ahead, go to the original video, give it a like if you enjoyed it, and then if you enjoyed my reaction to it, give it a like as well. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one, and we'll watch another one together at some point. All right, bye, y'all.